It's spinning. Oh, and we're live.
Welcome. Are we really live? Is the light blinking? I'm Karen Fagan, licensed professional counselor.
I am Melinda Jacobs, trauma therapist, hypnotherapist, and we are healers who like to swear a lot. That's
we gotta rehearse that better.
Fuck that. No, we do not need to rehearse. That's the whole point of this.
That's true. That would not be us. We're just hanging out and doing the thing.
Karen, how are you?
I am tired and sore. I rode 25 miles on Saturday and wimped out and did not ride 25 miles on Sunday, but it was fun anyway. Spent some time with my pony in the big wide world and hung out with my besties. So what about you? What's new? What's hip? What's happening? What's happening in Arizona?
Oh my gosh, it's just gorgeous. I found the river.
I saw your pictures.
There's a river like 12 minutes from me. It was so beautiful. It's amazing. So peaceful. Oh, it's so beautiful here. Cactus are weird, Karen. Did you know there's like a plant? I swear to God, it's like this big. If you can see, like that big. On the ground, it's about that tall, and it has a stalk coming out of it that's like this big around, just like straight up. I shit you not, that thing is probably 8 to 10 feet tall.
Wow.
And now it's got like little blooms on the top of it. I'm like, they are the most, I mean, truly, I know aliens are among us, and they are the cacti. It just looks so fucking weird. You do. They look very alien, but I'm good.
I've run into too many cacti with my shins while riding horses to love them a lot. But I have a poultice that works great.
Oh, that's good. But I've been working on my course. I start next week.
Oh, well, tell me more. When does it start? What is it?
So I'm doing a course. I love this course. It's called The Missing Ingredients for Mindful Health. And I tacked on weight loss because people associate health with weight loss. So I just threw that on there. But it's not really about losing weight. It's really about what people are missing when it comes to getting healthy.
How so?
Well, there's this guy. I've been working with him for, I think,
all good stories start that way.
I think I've been working with him for 10 years. John Gabriel, he has this online program for sustainable weight loss. And he has this principle that I really love. And he does it through the nutrition is stop trying to deprive your body. Stop trying to deprive yourself to lose weight. You need to add what's needed. And so I kind of took that idea. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a really good idea. How about let's talk about the other things that we need to add for health and well-being and weight loss, like all the missing ingredients. So my course is called The Missing Ingredients for Mindful Health and Weight Loss because it's all about what we need to add.
So how would you say that your program differs from like a typical like diet and weight loss program?
Because it's not a fucking diet.
Oh.
Because it's not about restriction. It's not about rejection. It's not about aiming a bunch of self-hatred at yourself or shaming yourself into being healthy and thin. Like, that's the most ridiculous approach ever. Do you know why skinny became a thing?
I do not know why. Why did
skinny become?
No.
Well, when I was in the eating disorder unit, I learned why we became skinny obsessed. And do you remember who was the last voluptuous model you remember?
Marilyn Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe. Yes. She was a size 14.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure in our numbers now.
Oh my gosh, 20 XL.
Exactly. She was probably bigger because our numbers got all fucked up. So it was the designers that started to say, you know, they're not paying attention to our clothing. They're just all hot and bothered about these gorgeous, voluptuous women. We need to find the scrawniest, most unappealing, unattractive woman we can find to showcase the clothes and the fashion rather than the woman. And guess who they found?
Who'd they find?
Twiggy.
Oh, I was thinking Twiggy. Okay. Okay.
Yep, that's who they found.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of backfired on us collectively. And so we kind of started thinking that skinny was like the ideal, and it's the most not like it's just not a normal woman body. Like it's actually quite rare that women are naturally just thin.
So what's the goal?
Of
Healthy, mindful, I'm going to guess you're going for relationship with food.
ooh, it's really about changing the entire mindset and approach towards what is health.
Mm-hmm.
And the relationship with food, but also with the relationship with your body. Because I think that we collectively as women especially, but men too, have really created these very antagonistic kind of relationships with ourselves, with our bodies, and we shame ourselves, we deprive ourselves into these really highly restricted kind of ways of being that are completely unsustainable, completely unhealthy, and we can't figure out why the body goes into this state of, I'm not releasing anything because you're starving me, so fuck you, I'm not losing weight.
That sounds like cortisol.
Right?
And
That
your
is
stress response.
right.
Yeah.
So I'm obviously very passionate about this because, and I'm not sure why this is kind of my, it's one of my passion points. I think because for years I really struggled with this. I really hated my body being thick, heavy, anything. I really was quite abusive towards myself to the point where I was hospitalized for 6 weeks with a raging eating disorder. And pretty much my whole adult life have really been challenged with my relationship with my body and my food. So I love teaching people how to get out of the diet mentality and how to just start being fucking kind and maybe a little more accepting about a little softness around their belly, Melinda. It's okay, Melinda.
So, would you say, I mean, it sounds like when you change your relationship with food and relationship with your body, what you end up with is a much more sustainable model than counting calories and restricting stuff. I eat this, I don't eat this.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that what we need, what we crave, what we hunger for is really how do we nourish ourselves mentally, emotionally, and physically. And so John really handled the physical side is this is how you nourish your body. It's pretty basic, healthy protein, healthy, lots of live greens and omega-3s. That was kind of his model. I think it's changed a little bit, but that's the basics of it, right? Just basically healthy food, not a lot of processed stuff. But I kind of went to, well, what does the emotional body need? What does the heart need? What does the mind need? And what are the things we need to add? And kindness, compassion, changing that relationship with the body, changing the expectation of what the body should look like, getting rid of the fucking shoulds. Oh my God. and I hear it all the time, Karen. I know you do too. It just hurts my heart when I hear it. Is people just, I'll be happy when I lose the weight. I'll get the relationship when I lose the weight. I'll reward myself when I lose the weight. And so people are living in this constant state of self-hatred, deprivation, and they can't figure out why they're miserable. And I'm just like, ugh, can we just take diet mentality to a back alley and shoot it in the head, please? Just do that.
So which category do the Skittles that I just finished that I took on the ride? I don't eat that stuff usually, but I take all kinds of stuff I don't usually eat on the ride because after you've ridden 25 miles, you're just like, I need Cheetos and Skittles. So where does that fit in?
So well, you tell me, what do they do for you? When you think about
it's quick energy.
That's what you tell yourself. That's the lie you're telling yourself is that it's quick energy because it's actually not. Mm-hmm. It is a quick boost, but it's also a really quick drop.
Fast drop. Yeah. I mean, I fell with some protein.
Skittles with a side of beef.
Not kidding.
I love it. What you know brain chemistry. What does sugar do to the brain?
Endorphins. Just like
Makes you feel
cocaine.
good.
Yeah.
Makes you feel good. So it is a quick pickup. I would say, from my perspective, I would say there's a comfort there.
Mhm.
There's I think that we learn early on how to get ourselves quickly stimulated with something with sugar, some really refined carbs kind of thing. But there's also that sense of comfort. Like you rode 25 miles. I would imagine your body feels pretty beat up. You're exhausted. You're the only one that's taking care of you. Like you didn't have someone who's gonna, make you food when you get back and say, "Oh, Karen, here, I made you all of this." So you don't have that. And so I think that we really, as collectively as a society, we really do use food as a form of love, as a form of affection, as a form of comfort, as a distraction. Like we use it for so many other things other than just nourishing the vessel.
It's really interesting to me, having come off this event, which is physically very strenuous. It is interesting to me the difference in food cravings. I changed my relationship with food in a lot of ways. I don't eat the crap that I used to. And I need different things when I've depleted my resources. And so, my usual what I eat all of a sudden falls apart in that moment. And my body says, hey, Cheetos and Skittles would be exactly what you need right now.
How old were you when you learned how to use Cheetos and Skittles in that way?
Oh, that's adult. I have Cheetos growing up, but that's a big piece of it, right? My family had a lot of weird rules around food. Oh my God, it would drive me crazy. We would get.
Okay, folks, here's the restriction. Just pay attention. Go.
These are trauma memories, right? I'm 7 years old and we can have, we're counting out Nestle morsels, like those little chocolate chips. We could have 12 of them. And that was dessert.
Yeah.
And it was just, I would stick them together and play with them.
I remember you'd lick the flat end and lick the flat end and stick them together. Yeah.
And then we would have Hershey bars, those little Hershey bars. We could eat 2 squares a night, which bothered me in all sorts of ways. Because if there's 3 squares across, so it's not even.
I so get that.
And my dad would buy these things when they were on sale. We'd have boxes, and he was a total hoarder. So we'd have boxes and boxes of Hershey's chocolate bars. And so by the time I got to junior high, I would come home from school on the bus and there wouldn't be anybody else home. I'd eat. Well, because, they came in a box of 6. So my dad would notice if there was one missing out of the box. But if there was a whole box missing, he wouldn't notice. So you had to eat 6 out.
Comfort, companionship. Food provides so much for us. And so I love hearing people's trauma stories around food. And I love asking them, I had this woman who had this really crazy, weird craving, at 11 o'clock at night for hot dogs and some kind of crazy, Diet Coke or something, just the worst thing you could eat at night. And she just didn't understand it at all. She's like, I don't know. I just crave hot dogs. I don't know what it's about. And so I just asked that question. It's when's the first time you remember having hot dogs late at night? And she was all of a sudden, her eyes just went like that. And she's like, oh my God. And something about some family member who was an alcoholic and he'd come stumbling in late at night, but he would talk to her. And he would be having his post-drinking crap meal. Yeah. I remember from my 20s, the 2 a.m. meals after a night of drinking and dancing. But she remembers that connection with him. And it was the only time that she really remembered someone really paying attention to her. And so it was the attention and the connection gets woven in and it gets linked up in our brains through the food. And so we just created a new ritual for her to stay connected with him. She made a little altar for him and put his face out. So she was seeing and communing with him. So she didn't need to connect with him through the ritual of late night hot dog and Diet Coke, whatever's. So fun.
Yeah.
So it's just fascinating. I think food is such a loaded issue. Oh my God.
It's hard. It's, well, addiction wise, right? It's the thing you can't go cold turkey from.
Right.
You can't not.
Says the food addict. Absolutely. And so, it just gets really interesting. I mean, my addiction with food, it just, cycles. And there's times when I don't even think about it. And then there's other times when I just can't have certain food around me. And then there's other times where I can't go to certain restaurants. And then there's times where I sit on the couch and I just don't know what the fuck to eat. I will sit there for hours. I'm like, I'm hungry and I don't know what to eat. Like, it's just like blank. Food is weird. So I love helping people kind of navigate, get some more clarity about it, and just get some better skill sets around taking care of themselves emotionally, understanding what's underneath some of the cravings, and put in something that's a little better and healthier, and really building that loving relationship with the body temple.
I think that's a tremendous point. Because, when you go back to, I'm always going to go back to the wiring, right? That's my thing.
Is your thing.
That's my thing. Everybody needs a thing. That's my thing. Anyway, your brain, that part of your brain makes quick connections. So it doesn't make choices. It draws straight lines. And so your brain will associate hunger, sadness, anxiety, stress, whatever, with Skittles, chocolate, Diet Coke, any of those things. And it just draws a straight line. And so pardon me?
Starbucks chai.
Starbucks chai, you get a thing. I know about that thing.
That is a thing. Oh God.
I remember that thing. A lot of years with that thing. But if you take the time to create a different habit, for example, recognizing, like, instead of going and getting Skittles or chips or crackers or whatever, I'm going to eat protein. I'm going to have a slice of lunch meat, something like that. Eventually what happens is your brain traces a new neural connection. And when you feel hungry, depleted, sad, whatever, you think about putting in different things, right? And so you can create those healthy patterns through habit forming. Like, oh, if I'm tired, I need to sleep. If I'm hungry, I need to eat something healthy. I never forget the day I got out of CrossFit and craved celery. I was like, who craves celery? But apparently me.
Weird.
I'm sitting in the parking lot in Safeway and I'm like, who stops on the way to work to get celery?
You do.
I did, just that one time.
Someone who's listening to their body and their body says, I need some salt because you just depleted me. I need some hydration, some quick hydration because you just depleted me. And what's the quickest way to get salt and hydration? Celery. Brilliant. The body's brilliant. Like, it really knows what it wants.
Celery has salt in it, huh?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
so
you ever heard of
things I
celery
didn't
salt?
know about celery.
Celery salt?
Well, okay. Yep. The more you know. I'm gonna have to think. Wow. Now I can't talk anymore because I'm thinking.
Well, that's my course. We've gone way over. Do you have any final questions for me?
How do you get connected with your course?
So I'll put the link in the chat. I might have something really cool I could do here for a second.
Oh,
check this out. You can. Oh wait. You might be able to go to mbjacobs.com maybe, but I'll put it in the chat. You can definitely email me there. You can look for me on social media. I've been posting about it on social media. So follow me on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, LinkedIn. It's all there. And if you really need some help from Karen's world, because she's amazing, there's Karen's information.
All the brain stuff. I'm all about the letters.
And the relationship stuff and the partner stuff and the EMDR stuff. Like oh my God, you've helped me so much with all of that. Karen, I love you.
I love you. This is so fun.
So fun to just sit and chat about the things we love.
Cannot wait to hear how this is going.
Oh, it's going to be amazing.
I'm excited.
Mm-hmm. It is awesome. If I say so myself.
I don't doubt it for a minute.
Yeah, pretty excited. All right. Until next week, my friend. Bye.
Bye.
See you, everybody.